Well, let's speak to our reporter, Mark Ansell, who's in Stannington for us this morning. Morning to you, Mark. I know the problems for those people there are ongoing, aren't they? I think you're going to show us around. Whose home are you in? Introduce us.
Yeah, we're in Edna's home here today in Stannington, and this burst water main that's affected the gas supply and initially affected 2,000 homes, but there are hundreds of people here in the northwest of Sheffield who are still without gas supply a week on. So just taking you into the kitchen here, and there's, ovens not working here, and then you're obviously relying on the microwave and this electric hob instead. And then, of course, there's no hot water coming out of the tap, and therefore no hot bath. But most importantly, there's no heating from the gas supply in the home, which is a real problem. The fact that Edna, I'll introduce you now. Good morning.
Good morning.
Now, you're 78, you're in a remission for bowel cancer.
Yeah.
How worried are you about the impact of the cold on you, the fact you've not had any heating in here from the boiler for 7 days?
I'm very worried because I'm frightened of being ill because my immune system is not good. And I have to keep warm all the time because otherwise I'll get hypothermia. And I don't want that. I don't want to be ill. And I just want to try and keep warm. And this is what I'm worried about. It's time that they got some heating on. Nobody has been to see me, no waterboat people either.
Are these electric heaters and this electric blanket here, are they making any difference? Are they helping?
Well, it is nice to sit when it's on, yes, but then when you move, you're back to cold again. Same going upstairs, having a shower. You come out of the shower, it's freezing cold because there's no radiator on. So, you're just shivering all the time.
OK, Edna, let me introduce you to Edna's son, Tim, here. Now, Tim, Yorkshire Water have apologised and they say that they constantly monitor their pipes so that they can reduce the risks of bursts, and the pipe in Stannington, which was put in 1970, hasn't burst in almost a decade. Does that reassure you at all?
Well, not really, because basically if it were laid in the 1970s, and they should actually comprehend the fact that, a pipe what's asbestos, what's basically ceramic clay, is now obsolete. Anything what's asbestos now, in this day and age, is deemed a health disaster, basically.
And Cadent, the gas supplier, is saying that they hope to restore most of the homes affected in the next 24 hours. Does that reassure you?
The amount of homes in Stannington and surrounding areas, what you've got to remember, it's not just Stannington, it's Hillsborough. So, no, it doesn't reassure us whatsoever. This was an incident waiting to happen. I actually remember those pipes being laid. I was in the Stannington Infant School at the time, and I remember them being laid because there were some agricultural cottages down Sheldon Lane, basically, and they demolished them in 1974. That's when the pipes were laid.
What do you want to see happen now?
Well, I want to see Yorkshire Water actually do a press conference, basically, in front of the residents of Sheffield and surrounding areas, in particular Stannington. OK, thank you, Tim. Final word with Edna. What do you want to see happen now yourself? I'm stating the bleeding obvious, aren't we? You just want your gas supply back. You just want some heating in this place.
Yeah, I just want to be warm again, which it'll going to take a long time to warm this place up. As you can feel, it's very damp. Because, in the morning when I get my clothes out of the drawer, they feel really damp. Because I've got no heating in my bedroom. And with it being over the walkway, my bedroom, it's very damp. Windows, they're no good.
Okay.
There's draft coming through the windows and everything. So, yeah, heating just goes out the window anyway.
OK, Edna and Tim, thank you very much indeed. Cadent, the gas suppliers say they hope to have 500 more homes back on supply today. But, of course, for residents here who are still affected a week on, it's a winter's misery living through this.
Mark, it's been really interesting seeing what Edna's living with and putting up with, and residents there dealing with as well. Thanks very much for showing us around, and thank you very much as well to Edna for talking to us.